Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Sasquatch Watch Radio with your host, Billy Willard, and the Blog Squatter. Strap in, hold on tight, get ready, because it is about to go down.
Alrighty, hello everybody, another episode of Sasquatch Watch Radio. Today is May 4th, 2009. My birthday, everybody say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Billy.
We are still, I am still live at Salt Fork State Park at the Lodge, and what a wonderful conference we had out here. Before we get into it, we'll probably have some people calling in who were guests here at the conference, and we got a couple of live folks that are still here that we'll invite on to talk about some things. But before we get into that, I need to bring on the wonderful, extravagant D.B. Donlin.
Well, thank you, Billy. Thank you very much. And I was going to say my news is that today's your birthday, but you kind of let the cat out of the bag there on that.
Sorry about that.
Hey, well, you know, that's all I got. Today is Billy's birthday. So how old are you today? You can tell everybody that.
I turned the big 40.
Well, you don't even look half that old.
Well, thank you very much. I'll give you that $20 later.
Okay.
So, all right. So you have no news for us today. Now I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail.
Well, you know, there might have been things that happened and I missed it, but I didn't find anything that I thought was real newsworthy. I mean, I found a kind of a funny video where this guy made a what was it? It's like one of those fake, well, not fake, but one of those TV shows where you watch to shop. And what they did was they made these characters that are like the presenters, only they're sock puppets, so it's really silly. But the thing that they're selling is a Sasquatch feeder. And I thought it was kind of funny, and I put it up on the Blog Squatcher, and some people enjoyed it. But, you know, that's not news, although it did take me a couple of minutes to explain that. So that's taken the function of news anyway.
Well, that's pretty interesting. A Sasquatch feeder.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real thing, but it is funny. I mean,
that's funny.
You should check it out.
I'll definitely will check that out. Well, just so you know, DB, and I think I told you earlier, your blog was a discussion at the conference. Not only did I mention it, but Diane had mentioned about the best Bigfoot blog there. So you may get you some few extra hits on there and get some more people hooked on that blog.
Well, thank you to you and Diane for the plugs. I really appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful information on there. All right, we will go ahead and get on to the beef of this. We will have some other folks joining us here shortly. Just keep me in tune if anybody starts calling in on the switchboard.
We've got two already. We've got somebody from the 419 area code, and we have Eric Altman.
All right, well, go ahead and take one of those callers.
Well, we know who Eric is, so we'll start with that. Oh, now we have a 651 area code.
Oh, my gosh. We're piling in.
Okay, maybe I'll take them in order. 419 was first, so we'll start with that one. Let me see. Caller in the area, in the 419 area code, you're on the air.
Hey, DB. Hey, Billy.
That sounds like Indy.
Yep, that'd be me.
How are you doing, Indy?
Oh, man, I'm tired.
You're tired? So, Indy, you know, you were here at the conference, you and Robin, and what I'm going to ask everybody when they call into the show is what part of the conference did you enjoy? What sticks out in your mind?
What sticks out in my mind? Well, conference.
Other than the fact that Bruce didn't break his chair this year.
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of disappointed me. I wanted to see that happen. But,
everybody expects it now.
Yeah. But, I did keep my word to Bruce. I did bring him a chocolate pie.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because we noticed when we went back to our cabin that the chocolate pie was missing. And JC got up this morning and opened the blinds to the kitchen and noticed that the screen had been removed, like something had tried to get in. So we thought maybe Bruce had tried to break into the cabin to see if there was any more chocolate pie.
I don't know. There was one big piece left when we left, yesterday. So I don't know. Maybe Squatch got hungry and seen it sitting there and come in or something. My favorite part of the conference was just getting to hang around with you guys and Eric and, Diane. Diane, I love Diane to death. Diane, if you listen, there you go, sweetheart. You notice. Sorry, JC, but so I'm being more free and talking tonight because Robin took my stepson Johnny to see Disturbed in concert tonight, since it is his birthday too. So.
All right. Well, I tell you, it was great meeting you and Robin, and it's always a pleasure. Andy, you're welcome anytime, obviously. Well, you're not asking Diane to marry, because you're already married, and that could cause a problem.
Does she live in Utah? Is it Utah? You can move to Utah, and I think you can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, being Mormon,
You have to clear that with your wife, though. One of them would. Both would have to agree.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I might have set you up. For hurting tonight, so I apologize.
Is she going to listen on the download? She's at a concert.
Oh, okay. Well, he might be all right then.
I'll be all right for a few days until she gets her hearing back, and then when she hears this, then I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh.
But no, the favorite part was, getting to meet with you guys, getting to hang around with you guys. The meet and greet, for me, was the most fun part of the thing. Because, it was more of a relaxed atmosphere, not having to bump into everybody and their brother trying to get to talk to people.
Right.
I really enjoyed listening to you speak and Diane speak and listening to Don for a little while. And it was just...
you can only listen to Don for a little while?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Sorry, Don, just a little bit. No, but...
He's going to call in and get you down.
Oh, yeah, I know it. I had to do that just to poke some fun at him. But it was really fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was. Just so you know, DB, they played a little bit of a trick on me when I arrived here. They waited until I went to the restroom, and then I came back out, and they had this huge birthday cake that took up just about the entire table, and sung happy birthday to me and gave me a bunch of gifts and embarrassed me in front of everybody.
Yeah, Billy's face was as red as John Cartwright's World's Greatest Bigfoot Hunter shirt.
Well, what I want to know is, did Bruce let you have any of that cake?
Yeah, I did get one piece. And Don has the exact count of how many times Bruce went back to get seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and sevenths. So
okay.
I think he got at least half the cake. So
that's why they had to make it so big.
That's right. They knew he was coming. And believe me, he's here at the lodge somewhere, so he'll be up here in a minute, fighting and arguing. So.
Did you check the restaurant?
Well, he just got back from the all-you-can-eat steak buffet, so I'm hoping he had enough.
Whoa, steak buffet? They had that tonight?
They had that, well, not at the lodge. They had that at a place called Steak Buffet USA or something down in Cambridge.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's lodge. I was going to say, damn, I got ripped off. I went the wrong night.
Oh, man. Well, thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. I really do. And we look forward to, being able to stay with you again or come up and visit you as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Whenever you just want to, just go ahead and put me back on mute so I can listen to the rest of the show.
All right, you know how to do that.
I'll do that right now. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Next will be, let's see, let me get this on. It says it's Eric Altman. You're on the air.
Can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Good. How about you?
Tired, brother. I am. You know what kind of weekend we had.
Yeah. I know you're tired. Thank you very much. I think you've done enough of that the night I got here.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed embarrassing you. It was fun.
I know you did.
I also want to say a happy birthday to Nancy, too. It was her birthday this weekend, so happy birthday, Nancy. Don't want to forget you.
That's right. Don't do that.
I made enough people angry this weekend. I don't need to make any more angry.
Oh, boy. And we had a pretty good time at the bar one night. No, DB, we didn't go out in Bigfoot all weekend. We had to do at least one night in the bar. So.
Well, sounds good to me.
Yeah, DB, we wish you could have been there with us.
Yeah.
It was a good time. But it was a great conference. Like I told you at the conference, Billy, I was very proud of you for the great presentation you did. And Diane did a wonderful job. It was great seeing everybody, meeting some new people. It was a blast. This is probably one of the most funnest conferences I've had yet. Just being able to hang out with everybody and just hanging out with you and JC and Henry and the whole crew. It was a good time.
Yes, it was. All right. Well, Eric, you was there for the conference. What was one of your favorite parts of the conference?
Oh boy, just the company I got to spend the time with you and JC and Diane and Irish and even Bruce, even though he was mad at me. It was a good time just being around all my buddies. It was a blast. It was great meeting Jordan Warner, Mohican Hikers, seeing Mark and Kelly Leidick, hanging out with Don Keating, the whole crew. It was just a real pleasure to meet people I haven't met before and just to spend some time with everybody. I really didn't care so much as going to the conference. I've been to 11 of them. But just to be able to meet people and hang out and just spend time with my friends, that's the most important thing to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's always a good time to meet the people and put faces to names and handles on the forums and chat rooms, and it's always great.
Yeah. So
thanks
right. for letting me hang out and tag along with you guys this weekend. It was fun, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys. Well, I'm seeing you guys in a couple of weeks, you and JC up in Washington, so it'll be a good time there, too.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
Happy birthday again, my friend, and you guys have a great night, DB. Good talking to you, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good night, Eric.
Good to hear from you.
How many you got in line now?
I have 3 more callers.
Good gosh.
A 651 area code, a 612 area code, and a 111, which I guess is a Skype caller.
Yeah, that'll be a Skype caller. So go ahead and take that first one.
Okay, let me click the right button here. All right, caller in the 651 area code, you are on the air.
Hi, I'm just calling to listen in. I couldn't get you online. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll put you right back on mute.
Put you on hold.
All right, let me see 612. Caller in the 612 area code, you are on the air.
Hey, Billy and DB, it's the elusive one here with Squatchy. How you folks doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just want to say you guys did a really good job at the presentation at the conference. Had a ball, had a blast meeting you guys. It was a great time Saturday night, forming that alliance between our research team and your research team. And as far as passing on information, if we hear something, we'll give you guys a head up and vice versa.
Yep, that's always the way we like to work it. And just so that everyone knows, since we've got Elusive one on the show, we'll just take a little side venture here and just let you guys know that those guys are, in my opinion, are some really good guys. They were They were present when a young girl fell from the top of Hosak's Cave this weekend. She fell and she did end up dying. She was a young lady, 20 years old. Her name was Amy Adams from Baltimore, Maryland. We're up along Hosak's Cave, and she fell off about 40 feet and hit the rocks down below. She didn't make it very long. She died at about 1:15 Sunday morning, and it was a real shocker to everyone here. They weren't here or part of the Bigfoot Conference, but Elusive One and his friend there when everything had happened and tried to help her to the best of their ability. And Elusive One, you guys, you're some great guys for trying to help out.
Thanks, man. That means a lot to both me and Squatchy here. We really do appreciate that. It was just such a tragic thing to see that will stick with both of us for quite a while. Definitely every time, if we go back out to the conference, to that area, she'll definitely be on all of our minds and always be thought of in our hearts and so forth. We actually, tell this whole story that she was in front of her boyfriend hopping across the creek at the top of Hosak's Cave. And I guess when she slipped, her boyfriend said, "Help, Amy!" And me and my buddy here, Bill, along with TCSGR Bigfoot, looked in that direction. We've seen her sliding down towards the cliff of the edge of the cave, trying to grasp onto whatever she could find frantically. Couldn't grab nothing. And then, we've seen her fall from the cliff, the edge of the cave. We heard her land. And we watched the video. We didn't get it on video, but when we were up there that day, I was taking video of the area. And we're kind of estimating it was at least around 60 to 80 foot fall. And that's an experience and something that's been playing in our minds ever since. God be with her and her family. Right now, our hearts go out to them. I don't know what I would do if that was my daughter in a different state, and us being so many different states away. I don't know how I would react or what I would do if that was one of my kids. So definitely I want to, just say God be with her and her family, and her boyfriend right now, he really needs some comforting as well. But other than that, we had a great time. Last night was great when we were out there Squatch. Even though there was a happening as far as that creature getting close to you and Eric, and that one that the other guy seen, along with my buddy hearing it right when the other guy seen it, and us trying to close in on it. That was really awesome. We had a fun time doing that, and we can't wait to meet up with you guys again and hopefully do some more squatching in the future.
Yep, sounds good, man. Oh, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for being there for that girl and doing all you can do, and thanks for coming out and spending time with us. It's always great to meet new researchers.
That's good. I was happy about Saturday night when me, Diane, and Eric had that talk outside by the pool area about sharing information and basically just creating that alliance and that friendship and that rapport between us. I think this could be a start of a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree, buddy.
All right, well, on that note...
Are you still on the road?
We are on the road. We're actually in Indianapolis right now. We're almost to Chicago. It's, I don't know, probably about 30 miles ahead of us. And, so it's going to be... We're expecting to get back to Minnesota around 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Well, Henry May knows a lot about Chicago.
Well, I think we all know about what he knows about Chicago, but we're not going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Gotta bust you on that area thing.
Thanks a lot.
I just want a good time. You guys did a good job at the presentation speaking. You always kept me on the edge of my seat, and kudos to you.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, DB, since that was brought out, I've got to bring up the story. Henry was on a bus heading towards Ohio, and somehow or another he got switched onto another bus, missed his stop, and ended up in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, was that just now? I mean, during this?
No, that was, he didn't make it for the meet and greet.
Oh, so it was before this conference.
Yeah, so he got here the day of the conference.
Yeah, and I heard Elusive One say that that's because he fell asleep. Is that what happened?
I don't know. Henry, did you fall asleep?
No.
No.
Well, that's what Elusive One was intimating. That might
that's
been,
because that's what everybody was trying to mess with him. I think that's what they were trying to say.
Right.
I'd probably stick with that story.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sure we got more callers.
Well, we have the Skype caller.
All right.
The 612 came back. I think he wanted to listen. That's Elusive One again. He must want to listen.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So let's try the Skype caller here.
All right.
Skype caller, you are on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I thought the conference was pretty sweet. I'm like a rookie Bigfoot follower,
Yeah.
but the
What's your name?
Noah Brislin.
Noah? Okay.
Yeah. And I thought the presentations were very informative, and the one you gave about all your different hunts, and then one woman's about Bigfoot. But during the question and answer session, there's a question about why the Bigfoot aren't overpopulated, and like no one really answered it, and that kind of like sparked my mind to thinking, but I couldn't come up with an answer.
Right.
Why is that? Do you have like an answer now, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. What do you think about that, DB? What is there? Can you think of a reason why, if everybody are having these sightings, and as long as people have been having sightings, why aren't Bigfoot? Why are they not overpopulated?
Well, I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about it from that angle, but I have thought about it from the angle of people do see them a lot more often than you would think that they should if they have very small numbers.
Right.
Some of the scientific guys are saying that Bigfoot would be in very small numbers in the United States or in North America. So, 2,000 for the entire North America, which. That would imply that we are seeing the same ones over and over again quite often. Like they're just getting seen all the time. So if that were the case, you would think that you would, maybe have more evidence than you have.
No. Don says he won't, Bill. He needs a passport.
Yeah, that's...
Tell those guys behind the pipe down because they are coming across and we're hearing them so well.
Uh-oh. DB says I got to move away from you. You're coming through loud and clear. I don't, to be honest, I haven't really thought about that too much, but, we do have a lot of wilderness. Me and JC took a drive around this place today, Salt Fork alone, and that's just one area. And some of these side roads and dirt roads around this place, there is so many acres of woods that probably nobody's ever even walked on out here. There could be a large population here, and you still never see one. The place is just huge. Yeah. And this is just one part. There's so many, even look at the Pacific Northwest and even areas down in, and I'm more aware of Virginia. Southwestern Virginia is just full of nothing but woods. Excuse me.
And a lot of places that used to be farms have grown up again, so they've got
right.
even more room down there than they had, say, 50 or 100 years ago.
That's right. So, I know that probably doesn't answer your question, but, I don't know that anybody would have an answer for that, to be honest.
It's another one of those problems. Go ahead, caller.
And then on the hike on Sunday morning or at 12, the first stop there is like a fixed structure. And I'm like, as I said, I'm like a rookie, and I don't know like what Bigfoot nest or whatever it looked like, do you think that could have been like a legitimate Bigfoot nest, or is that just like kids messing around?
Well, I tell you, in my opinion, when you have structures like that and they're close to some type of a main trail or hiking trail where people are regularly walking around, I don't put too much credence in those because, just about anybody could put something like that together. It's the ones when you go out into the woods and you're off trail and you're nowhere near, roads and other trails that are more impressive to me. So I don't put too much emphasis on those things that we find right beside of main hiking trails.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I did see the one that you're talking about. I saw that actually last night when we were out there.
Well, thanks. I had a great time at the conference, and I'll look forward to going next year.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate the comments.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, DB, do you got anybody else?
Let's see. We have somebody from the 716 area code. You know who that might be?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I will press the button and we'll find out.
All right.
Caller from the 716 area code, you are on the air.
Hey, it's Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, Billy, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. I had an awesome time at the conference. Friday was pretty much, awesome for me. Right when me and Dad got to the parking lot at South Fork, Dave Butacker, he's the first one saying, "Hey, Jordan, that's you." And then everybody kept saying, "Hey, are you Jordan? You Jordan?" And, it was an awesome time. I really had fun. Don, you did a great job putting it all together. Nancy, Diane, it was awesome meeting you two. And your hugs, and Henry, JC, everybody, Bruce, Eric, everybody. It was Jody, everybody. It was just an awesome time. I'm just, just calling in just to let you guys know that.
Well, I tell you, it was a pleasure to meet you, Jordan, and I meant what I said at the conference. It's young folks like you that's going to bring this thing up and keep this going, and you're doing a fine job with the work that you're doing on your video productions. You and your father both. I know your dad helps too, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah, my dad, he really does help me out, and I'm just a guy like everybody else, passionate and looking for answers. But
that's great.
I just wanted to call in to say hi and write the other callers, and so I'm just going to get off now.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, DB. We got them calling in, don't we?
Yeah, but that's the last caller we've got for a while.
All right, well, you can go. You can go. You got these guys laughing. You must be a comedian, DB.
All I said was that's the last caller. Is that funny?
Apparently, they all started laughing over here.
The last caller.
Are we starting new rumors now? Like Henry was on a bus in Chicago.
Uh-oh. Got rumors.
I see. Okay.
All right.
Monkey suit.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll tell you what, there was some great information that came out. Diane done a wonderful job. She was the first one who got up and actually had her part first. Basically she showed a lot of photos to folks of some of these structures and tree twists and things that get attributed to Bigfoot activity, and she was showing some things that in her opinion that are mistaken, things that are natural, things that can happen from natural occurrence from storms and that kind of thing. She brought out some really good points. And then, of course, we had myself who, basically what I did was, one of the main points I wanted to bring out was that Sasquatch Watch of Virginia is not just me. It's everyone. It's everyone that's a member. It's you, DB. It's JC. It's Tom. It's everyone that's involved. And I don't think the group would have any success without everyone that's involved with it. And I thank everybody who's a member of our group. And that's
I
what
hear
that's
commercial
what
in that.
You do.
Said, yeah, you say Sasquatch Watch Virginia, it's everybody who's involved. See, now what you do is you get, like, everybody who's in it to say, I'm Sasquatch Watch Virginia. No, I am Sasquatch Watch Virginia. I'm Sasquatch Watch Virginia. And there's your commercial.
What's that? All right, I'll tell you what. We got someone here live that wants to talk to you there, DB. So if you will unmute JC's 757 number, you will be speaking with Mr. Henry May.
All right. Well, we got two more that just came on, too, both from 740, but we'll do 757 first.
All right.
And we can, okay, Henry, you should be on the air.
Hello. I'll back up.
Yep.
That way we don't get the echo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get away from the echo. Okay, you should be good.
All right, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I have had a blast here, except for the trip getting here.
Right.
Oh,
so how
my
was
God.
Chicago?
Oh, windy.
Yeah.
But I managed to get here late Friday night, about 11:30. Went to my cabin. Actually, I checked in. I went to my cabin, and then we took a shower. Then we went out to the handicap pavilion. Finally got to meet Nancy and gave her a big hug. She gave me a big hug, too. And let's see. Met Jordan out there and Blue Tracker. And who else was out there? I don't remember who else was out there. There were several people out there. I was out there with Mike Feltner and Terry and Trebajan and a guy named Rex from Kentucky. And we had a lot of fun. We went out there, did a little squatching. Oh, Phil Bracco was out there. And then, let's see, went back to bed, went to bed after I got back, after we got back at the cabin. Got up and came to the lodge, came to the conference, and just had some fun at the conference and everything. And then Saturday night, went back to the cabin and hung around there for a little while, slept. Got up yesterday morning, we're on the guided tour. We went to the first handicap area here at Salt Fork, also the handicap picnic area, and then out to the beach area. And then, no, D-Law, I did not sleep on the bus. That is a rumor, and I don't know who started it, but it's a rumor. I did not go to sleep on the bus. As I explained on Beyond the Edge Radio, some numbskull in Memphis told me to get on the bus to Chicago. It was either that or sit there and wait till 8 o'clock the next morning. So, anyway, and I wasn't going to do that, so I got on the bus to Chicago. I don't know what numbskull guided me there, but anyway, Sunday, like I said, we went on the tour, and then last night we actually went back out to the first picnic area. And Jody Cook was out there, but there was 10 of us. There was the two Minnesota guys, Abe and Bill, and then there was who else was out there? JC, Billy were out there, and Jody Cook, and the New Zealand guys were out there. The film crew from New Zealand it was actually shooting some footage at the conference. And who else was out there? Blue Tracker was out there. That's Dave. There were several people out there. And Jody and Bill from the Minnesota group were down at the bottom of the hill. And then Billy and Eric went down to the bottom of the hill. And Jody and Bill thought they saw something walk from one tree to the other. They don't know what it was. They may have gotten it on film, probably. One of them had a camera out there. Yeah, Eric was out there. Yeah, Eric Altman. He was out there. But that's essentially what happened. I mean, we had some possible activity, maybe some grunts or some howls or something like that, which may have been owls or something. But other than that, there wasn't really much that went on. I actually went out to dinner with several folks last night with an Irish guy who just kept us in stitches. we also went out with it was Eric, JC, Billy, Diane, Eric's son, Irish, myself, and Jody Cook. We went to dinner at Denny's in Cambridge. So that's essentially my weekend. I'm heading out tomorrow morning, and I promise I'm not going to get on in Chicago.
You sure about that? That might be where they tell you to go. They might say, well, to get to Mississippi from here, you got to go to Chicago.
Oh, Lord. I hope not.
Hey, I think I can solve your mystery. You said you heard some grunts out there? I bet you that was Bruce eating the chocolate pie.
Might have been. Oh, man. But anyway, these guys are picking at me again, of course. But anyway, I had so much fun meeting all these different people. I got a lot of hugs and I got a lot of handshakes and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun, you know. And folks know I'm not going to consider myself a rock star like I did last year. So those detractors who said, "Oh, Henry thought he was a rock star last year," you know, I'm not going to be like that this year. Lico, no, he did not break a chair this time. They weren't folding chairs. So, but anyway, no, we had a lot of fun though. It was a great conference. I really enjoyed it. Just despite the pain getting here. Next year, I'm flying up here.
All right.
Yeah.
They'll say, well, to get to Ohio, first you got to fly to Alaska. From here, first you got to go to Alaska. That's what they're going to tell you.
No, actually, Daniel, I'm flying to Yakima. But anyway, I'm going to give the phone back to JC if he wants to. Go ahead and mute JC back out if you would.
Oh, for God's sake, yes.
I'll see some of y'all in Yakima in a couple of weeks.
All right.
So y'all have a good one.
All right, thanks for calling.
Irish guy.
All right.
Still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right. Well, we have two calls from 740, and they look to be wanting to talk because it's got that little hand icon. I think that means, hey, I want to talk. So
go for it.
Press the first one. Since there are two of you, and I hope you're both listening, since there are two of you, I won't know which one I'm unmuting. So here it goes. One of the callers from the 740 area code, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I heard somebody.
Who is it?
Sounds like Don Keating.
Oh, okay. Then it's me.
How's it going, Don?
Doing fine. How are you, Billy?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for inviting us out to dinner tonight. It was great.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear that. I was just wondering how your pie was settling in with you.
Well, my pie's doing fine. I was able to get 2 pieces before Bruce got up and got his 3.
Yes. Yes.
So
anyway,
he didn't eat them out of steak, so they still have a little bit of steak left.
Well, no, I heard afterwards that they had to shut the steak bar down because they had sold the last couple pieces to Bruce.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I know. It was bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough of the sidekick comedy and all that good stuff. I just want to thank everybody who is listening in, who attended the conference this year. It was a very good success. We had 440 people, give or take, that were at the conference. I think the presentations were really well, although I missed practically all of Diane's. I did see practically all of Billy's. I was upstairs doing an interview for one of the movies, and I apologize for the problems that we had with the audio. I spoke to one of the representatives from Salt Fork today, and they can assure me that it won't happen again. Also, over the weekend, I opened my big mouth and committed myself to 4 more conferences, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So that's going to be interesting. That'll take me, I won't say how old I'll be when 25 comes around, but it'll put me up there a little ways. It was a good event. There were, some very interesting stories that were told, not only by Billy but also by Diane. I know a lot about what Diane talked about because, you know, she told a lot of the stories, I think, over in Pennsylvania that she did in Ohio. Some of her material may have changed, but I think the majority of it was like what she presented in PA, which was outstanding material.
Right.
And I also want to say that the quote-unquote guided tour with your non-tour guide, me, on Sunday, we broke a record for that. We had approximately 100 people who took part in that. And
yeah, we were, I tell you what, we were talking about that, Don. There was a line of traffic, and I know it probably took 15 minutes for the last cars to get in there to get parked to even get over there to where you were at.
Yeah, I know. It was phenomenal. I mean, I started, and those of you that know the large parking lots in front of the lodge, I started out at the just to a hair beyond where the steps go across the driveway down below to go into the check-in desk. I started just beyond that, and I got to the stop sign, and then I turned left, and the tail end of the line was right in front of me. So I don't know how many cars that was, but I know that it was, like you said, it probably took 15 minutes, maybe even a little bit more, for all those cars to get there and, you know, get settled in and everybody to come over. But there's one thing, you know, there's one thing that I have to point out. Like I was saying at the first stop that we made, you know, about don't believe anything, practically anything, that takes place a week before or 2 weeks before, a couple of weeks after the conference. And lo and behold, I took everybody down there to where the August 18th, 2004 sighting took place. And then another 25 or so feet down this trail, somebody said, hey, here's a footprint. So everybody walked over to it, including the camera crew from New Zealand and the fellow from Northeast Ohio, Bob Gray, who was doing a Bigfoot documentary. And we looked at it, and it was a blatant fake. I mean, it was as fake as a $3 bill. And so, you know, I don't know who's pulling that stuff. If you're listening, let me just tell you that, yeah, not only can I tell a little bit about the difference between a real and a fake track, there were another 100 people there that could tell the difference too. It was just ridiculous. But I guess that's one of the ongoing, what's the word I'm looking for? That's one of the traditions now, you know, for the Bigfoot Conference. Somebody's got to fake a print. But I mean, it was a good weekend. The meet and greet was good. We had practically 100 people there as well. Of course, your surprise birthday party. That was nice. You know, I got a really good picture of the cake, by the way. So if you want a photograph of it that you just look at and drool and say, boy, I wish I had that cake in front of me so I could eat it right now, just let me know.
I didn't get to see it for very long because then Bruce got a hold of it.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. Bruce is a good guy. You know, Bruce is a good guy when he's asleep. But yeah, he says. Bruce says next year I need to institute a new rule that you can't bid on an auction item from the hallway. I presume that he lost on someone who bid from the hallway. So you're out of luck. And I got to say, Daniel, I know you're listening, Daniel Strum or Daniel Falconer, Reverend Strum, your donation to the conference auction, the book Kong, and the autographed artwork, as well as the letter of authenticity, which listed all of the folks who signed it, all those Academy Award winners. I won't say how much it brought, but I can assure you that it brought a nice chunk of change, and I thank you very much from Ohio to you, my friend, in New Zealand for donating the material. The pencil drawing of the Bigfoot family that you sent along, that's going to be hanging on my wall. But it worked out very nice, and you had a lot of compliments about your artwork, the color artwork as well, for the 21st Annual Bigfoot Conference. And so I do have some material that I've collected, a lot of autographs that I collected that will be sent to you soon. I'm out of DVDs. I sold out of those. So as soon as I get some more produced and then send them out to different people who have already ordered them, I will be happy to get that material to you. I want to thank everybody who donated the material for the conference auction. It was very much appreciated. Congratulations to the person who won the door prize. Thanks to everyone who were there and did a table, the vending tables, and it was great to meet a lot of the people who you see online that you don't know the face with the name, like Kite Squatch. It was good to meet Alan. And Billy, again, you and Diane, A+++++ grade. Just like Bill Green would say, A+++++++. You guys did a fantastic job, and I really appreciated both of you coming out here. And unfortunately, Doug Hychak was not be able to make it, and that's just the name of the game. That's just the way it goes. But I think we had a fantastic event. The panel discussion at the end of the evening went over very well. I know there was a lot more questions that could have been asked, but it was getting close to 10 o'clock, and I thought, just wind it down now. We've had a great day. And, I don't know what else to say except thanks to everyone very much for making number 21 a success. And we will be back next year. I don't know the date. I don't know the speakers, of course, but we definitely will be back next year and the year after and the year after and the year after.
Thank you very much, Don, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you all, and I hope everyone who is still around here has a very safe trip home, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Don.
Later, folks.
All right, DB, I think you said you had another 740 on there.
I do, and I had a 318, but they hung up. They didn't want to exit that long. Maybe they'll come back. 318, if you hung up, come on back. There's just two callers in front of you. So let's try this first 740.
All right.
Okay, 740, you are on the air.
Hello?
Hello. Who do you have?
Hi, this is Jeff McKnight.
And, okay.
I attended the conference this year and last year, and I just wanted to say I've had a great time every single time we go to the conference. Me and a bunch of my friends, we always stay there, and we always just look forward to going there.
I tell you what, I've been coming now for, let's see, I guess it's been the past 3 years now, and I've enjoyed every visit I've made here. The lodge, if anyone's never been here, this lodge is one of the most beautiful lodges I've ever set foot in. The place is just gorgeous, and the property, I mean, when you're out in this park, there's no houses. I mean, this park is pretty remote. It's in a nice area.
Then on Sunday, the tours, going around to see, like, where Bigfoots have been spotted, that was pretty good, too. Just like the last call, though, we went on Sunday, you could pretty much obviously tell that was a fake track, and like he said, the couple weeks before and stuff, it's kind of been like a tradition now to go around and do the fake footprints. That's too bad, but I thought the tour was pretty good, though.
Yeah, he always does a wonderful job. Don does a great job.
Well, I was just calling in to say thanks, and I'll see you guys next year.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.
All right, DB. You got another caller, or did they not come back?
We have an 815. Let me press this button here. Okay, caller in the 815 area code, you're on the air.
Well, Billy Willard, this is Irish.
Here is the Irish guy. Guys, I have got to say something about the Irish guy.
Oh, no, don't go into that now, Billy.
This guy cracked me up all darn weekend. I did not know this guy was a comedian by trade, but he was really, he was doing to JC what we do to Bruce.
But JC deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got DB's attention now.
That's right.
Well,
Lay it on him.
Well, I just wanted to know, Billy, if you've had any Bigfoot sightings out your way, and if you've been exploring any footprints or anything out there.
Well, why would you ask me that?
Well, I think Bill's all wired on coffee, and he just can't call in right now.
Oh,
Did
goodness.
you send Bill all the pictures? Because, it's going to worry the man.
I haven't sent him the pictures yet. As soon as I get home, I'll be posting them up. Bill, you're a great guy. We know you're listening, buddy.
Oh, he is. He has no place else to go. But I just wanted to say I've never enjoyed a weekend quite like that in my life. It was such a good time.
Yeah, it really was.
Don puts on a great conference, and we had really good people there.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with you. If I say so myself, I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to touch base and let you know I'll be listening in. I haven't got sound yet. I can't get sound on this darn thing, so me and the chat are just dead. And tell JC, stop it.
Okay. Well, if you want to, Irish guy, he can just mute you out if you just want to keep listening on the phone.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, DB.
Right now, here I go. Okay, so that wraps up our callers for now. Do you think we should? Okay. We don't even have a commercial, do we?
The only commercial. Well, you could always do the Beyond the Edge commercial if you would like.
Let me see if I can find that. Yep, I found it. All right. Well, let me run some commercial music then. Let's see if I can find that. Yes, I will start pressing buttons and let's see if anything happens. So we should be doing a commercial now, people. We'll be back in a few.
You're listening to Sasquatch Watch Radio. Stay tuned.
Are you tired of the same old boring radio? Looking for something with a bit of an edge? Then sit down, strap in, and hold on tight, for you're about to be taken beyond the edge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get ready to rumble! It's Down and Dirty Paranormal Talk Radio that takes you beyond the edge. Join us here on Blog Talk Radio Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern for Beyond the Edge Radio, as we interview the everyday investigator to the seasoned researcher. From ghosts and hauntings, demonology, UFO and alien life forms, cryptozoology, psychic phenomenon, and other mysteries and unusual anomalies. Paranormal Talk Radio that goes beyond the edge, and it's right here every Friday night at 9 as we take you from the boring everyday normal into the world of the paranormal. Think you're brave enough? Then lock your doors, open your minds, and join us if you dare. Beyond the Edge Radio, Friday nights 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Blog Talk Radio. Beyond the Edge Radio is an anomalous entertainment production. Check us out at beyondtheedgeradio.com.
All right, sounds like we're back.
We are back, and the 318 caller has called back, too.
All right.
Let's jump right to it.
Let's do it.
All right, caller in the 318 area code, you're on the air.
How the hell are you?
Great.
Good.
Well, Billy, you've been asking everybody how they like the conference. What was your favorite part of the conference?
My favorite part of the conference. You know, I didn't really have a favorite. I liked all the presentations, which of course there was only 2 other than mine. But again, to agree with everyone else, my favorite part is always meeting all the people that, you know, that I've talked to on chats or forums or whatever. It's always great to meet people who have the same interests. It's my favorite part.
I got you. That's good.
Now, who do we got calling in?
Say again?
Who is this?
This is Jay.
Who is it?
Jay.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I always enjoy coming to these things. You know, I'm glad that Don has decided to go ahead and continue this on for at least another 3 years anyway. I think everybody's looking forward to that.
I think he almost had to.
He had to. Well, you heard what he said. He can't stop at an odd number like that. He says he was either going to end it at 20 or 25, so he kind of put himself on the spot.
Right.
The funny part was when I went out and told his wife, Missy, that she didn't hear that part of his conference. I said, Missy, did you hear what Don said? He's doing this for another 3 years. She said, what? I said, yeah. She goes, I'm going to kick his butt. She said, I didn't hear that. Did he really say that? I said, yes, he did. So, sorry, Don, I probably got you in trouble at home. Oh, well.
I was in California last week. I missed, like, everything.
Yeah. Well, again, there'll be another one next year. Hopefully you'll be able to come on out. It'll be great.
I tell you what, I got a chance to go to the Sequoia National Forest.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
I bet it is. I get the chance to go up to the Pacific Northwest here in a few almost 2 weeks, but not quite 2 weeks, and it'll be my first visit up in that area, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I tell you what, just to see that vastness of
yeah.
I mean, of just timber. I mean, it's just incredible. You know.
Yeah.
And you drive up there. You know, you drive an hour and a half, and probably see 3 or 4 houses. You know, and so you know exactly what's happening. I mean, it's crazy to think that something can't live up because people can't live up there. You know.
Right.
Or very few. You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and I hate I missed it.
Yeah, I wish you could have made it. The more people I meet, the better it is.
I got you, Doc.
All right.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night. Thanks for calling. All righty, DB.
Yep, that wraps up the call. There does still seem to be an 815 caller that is on the air. Was I supposed to mute that? Who's the 815 caller? That's Irish.
The Irish guy, DB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mute that. I missed that little button apparently. But that's
right.
it.
How little was the button, DB?
I pressed it twice and it won't mute. I don't think they want me to turn you off. All right, finally it went off. All right. He had some kind of power over the mute button. It wouldn't engage.
Oh, goodness. Well, I don't know. There's a rumor going around here that Bruce wants to retaliate against some of the comments and things that he's heard on this show. So I don't know if he wants to make any comments at this time. if he wants to make some comments at this time, because I think he's so. What was that area code again? 757. I think he's on the line.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm safe from any retaliation because he doesn't even know what my name is.
That's right.
So whatever he says, I mean, it won't be directed at me. It'll be directed at some other guy.
There you go. Put him on. He's ready.
I don't see him. Are you sure that he's on there? Or you mean he's on
757.
He's on JC's phone. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Press that button. Yeah, you're on the air.
Hey, Willard.
Yeah.
This is, I never want to spend this much time with you and JC ever again.
Well, why not, man?
Well, because, first of all, you know, well, my therapist would love it, but it's just killing me. I can't, I'm only mortal. I can only take so much abuse from you guys.
Oh, well, you know, I understand, but what was it that you were calling? You know, since you're on the line and we've got my great co-host here, what is it that you try to call him all the time?
Who, Hugh? Who's your is Hugh on the line?
He's messing with you, DB.
No, I think he actually just doesn't know what my name is.
Who's DB?
You know, that would argue that he may not be as observant as he, you know, presents himself as, because it's been months now and he's still calling me Hugh. He's never said the word DB.
Listen, these guys.
You know, I think he may not be very good at this.
Uh-oh.
We were at this steak restaurant tonight. I couldn't even have a dinner without these guys taking a picture of everything I eat. It was brutal. It was like having a food monitor.
Well, you were eating a lot, though, right? I mean, if
No,
people
no,
whip out
I
cameras when you're eating, it's probably because it's newsworthy.
I just had a few chocolate pie chasers. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see the picture of Billy's birthday cake before you got there, and then the picture after you got there, because I think those two pictures would probably tell a story.
You know, I always get blamed for that stuff, but honestly, I only had a couple pieces. I only had a couple slices of birthday cake. You know, it was really HBM. Oh darn! I can't blame him for that. You know, let's not talk about what I eat. Let's talk about something else.
Well, we could talk about Bigfoot because that is kind of what this show is about.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it by listening to the show, though.
Yeah, we had a little of that earlier when a caller called and asked about why we, you know, Billy, can you remember exactly what the question was? It was why we haven't seen more of them if they've been doing so well. Yeah,
basically he was wanting to know, you know, why is it that we don't have an overpopulation of these things? If they've been around this long, you know, why aren't they, you know, overpopulated? Why ain't we seeing them everywhere?
That's you know, that's a good question, especially since the farms have gone back to, you know, most of the farms have gone back to scrub. You would think that their territory would be expanding, and it might actually be a good time for them. I don't know the answer for it, but that's a good question.
Well, you know what? Maybe the creature seeker knows.
Well, let's find out.
Well, how do we know that they are overpopulated? First of all.
Well, we don't. We do know that we get a lot of people saying that they've seen them. It seems like a lot of people, if their numbers are really as low as some of the scientist types have said. Now, when I say scientist types, I'm thinking of Bindernagel and Meldrum. I think I've seen that Meldrum says that there's around 2,000 of them. I may have that number wrong, but something like that. And if they're that few, then it would seem that we're seeing them very often.
Well,
which
you know, we could have a viable. There might be more of them. We could have a viable population of them hanging out at Don's house. As long as they weren't within eyesight of his car, they'd remain hidden.
Now Don can defend himself from that one.
Yeah, you're getting ready to ask for a call back from Ohio.
Right, We do have Bill Green hanging on the line if you're ready for another caller at any time.
We got to get Bill on.
All right, well, Creature, you just hang on there, and let me see if I can get... Okay, Bill, you are on the air.
How y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Hey, Billy, I'm glad you had a wonderful time down in Ohio. I saw your presentation briefly on YouTube the other night. Someone put a little clip of your presentation. It looked really great. Even JC's presentation was on there, and Diane Stocking's presentation was on there, and you guys did a good job.
You mean to tell me that somebody has done stuck me up on YouTube and I didn't know about it?
I find those.
Yeah, they put some of the a few minutes of the clips of each a small clip of each presentation. But it was
I'll be darned. Didn't even know it.
Hey, Bill Green, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there any recent activity in your area?
Right now in Connecticut, no.
Yeah.
Connecticut's dry right now, even with wildlife. I tell you, there's not even a bear being seen in Connecticut. That's how boring my state is. In New England, I hear of stuff occasionally, up in New York area and around on various Bigfoot databases and stuff like that. But that's about it. Connecticut, sometimes I hear of a report once in a great while and stuff. So, Billy, did you buy a lot of Bigfoot stuff, memorabilia up there?
No, I wasn't able to because Henry was outbidding me again. He bought up about half the stock in the Bigfoot auction, so I wasn't able to get anything really good.
You know, Billy, if we tied HBM's hands behind his back, he could still outbid us at those auctions.
Oh God!
I don't know how he does it, but the guy is just like a bidding machine.
So
I tried to borrow a pencil and he outbid me on it.
DB, do you have any plans to write any new articles in your blog this coming up week? I saw your new article, but you got any other new articles?
I don't have any. Yeah, I probably have to write one tonight after we're done here because I don't have tomorrow's material up yet. So I don't know what it'll be. It could be anything.
Yeah, are you investigating any reports in your state?
No. Billy's actually the one that would have the answer for that. I'm just like I'm a henchman when it comes to that.
Well, just to answer that, we did get another sighting report in right prior to me leaving for Ohio. It's over in the Chesterfield, Virginia area, which is not too far from Richmond, Virginia, and we'll be checking that out probably this coming weekend.
Well, that's great, Billy. But I'll let you guys go. I'm sure there's other people waiting on the phone, maybe Smiter or something. Oops, said the wrong word.
Oh, there you go. You set it up, didn't you?
Yeah, but other people on the line and stuff, and great show, and I'll be chatting with you soon, Billy.
All right, Bill. Thanks for calling in.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Got anybody else calling in there, DB?
No, we don't. But I think
right,
I can answer his question now because I did find, thanks to Dr. Onion, the video of Billy Willard presenting at the 21st Annual Bigfoot Conference. Unfortunately, it's only 40 seconds long. It should be longer than that. I know that you spoke longer than 40 seconds.
Well, let me reassure you, yeah, I definitely spoke longer than 40 seconds. Hopefully it wasn't the worst 40 seconds.
Well, now, if there's only 40 seconds, there might be a reason.
Yeah, God knows.
Is there a part where you broke a chair or something?
No, Bruce's chair was tight this time. He didn't have any loose screws in it.
Yeah, the only loose screws were Billy Willard.
Right. I think that Don probably asked for extra heavy-duty chairs just to make sure that wouldn't be a problem this time.
Do you know if Smiter's is he in the chat room?
I haven't actually been able
I want to I saw a Sasquatch, but I couldn't take a picture because of their anti-photogenic hair. So I just want to let him know that
that would do it.
He was probably right about that.
Oh, goodness. All right, Bruce, I'm going to have to cut you off. DB knows how to do it.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Bruce. All right. You're safe. You're safe from Bruce. We would like to say here and now that the management of Sasquatch Watch Radio does not endorse or condone any particular caller's statements. So if you happen to be an aggrieved party, don't sue us. Sue the person who made the comments. We didn't say it.
But you might not be able to get anything but chocolate cream pie.
Well, no, you definitely won't get any of that. That's what you won't get. You might get an empty pie plate.
Oh, my goodness. I guess we better get back on subject.
Well, we don't have a subject tonight. This is
fun. I know that.
Hey,
I know.
If anybody has any other longer videos of Billy talking or any of the other Ohio Conference talking, I want longer videos, man.
Yeah, there was probably some folks out there that were, had some video cameras up. I know some of it was videotaping, that Don was having done to put together a DVD. There will be a documentary coming out, although I don't know when. Documentary was being done during the conference where they interviewed several of us, our opinions on the subject of Bigfoot and what got us started and a few other things. So I don't know when that'll come out. But several of us were interviewed, including myself, for that. So that should be interesting. And then the folks that were talked about earlier, the folks from New Zealand, were shooting some stuff out here as well. And right now that is set to release in New Zealand, but my understanding is they're working on getting that also introduced here in the U.S., probably on Animal Planet or whatever else they may be able to get that on. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we haven't discussed yet that's happened this weekend. We've got, let's see, almost 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, now it's time to just start, running off.
I guess we should probably give out the phone number. I don't think we've done that yet.
You're absolutely right, and I don't remember the phone number, so.
Well, I think I do. It's area code 347-237-5070. Again, that's 347-237-5070. If anyone out there was at the conference and has any comments or whatever about what you experienced here, we'd love to hear it. So we've already had several people call in, which has been great. We've probably had more call-ins tonight than we've ever had, I think. It's been quite a few.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a record for us.
Yeah. So we enjoy the callers. That's great because it means people are listening and they want to comment. So it's great. And I don't know if JC or anybody's been watching the chat room for questions because I know DB probably hasn't been able to see it. It's a little hard to host everything and look at that chat room.
I can't. What is it like? I can't pat the top of my head and rub my belly at the same time. That's too coordinated for me. I can't do that.
Right. But yeah, it's of course we can always make the mistake and bring Bruce back on and let him say something.
Oh well.
But
we're gonna have to lawyer up if we do that. We're gonna have to get the services of D-Law there from chat because
right.
We need some kind of a clause that will indemnify us from harm.
Well, I guess I know one thing we can talk about. We can talk about next week. Next week we're going to have Mike Hall down from the Texas area who's going to be on the show. He is he's from the Texla group, Texla, the Texla group down there, Mike Hall. He has given us and in our possession some audio clips that we're going to upload to the soundboard of some audio recordings that they have gotten down that way. And I've listened to them, and I have to admit that they're pretty interesting. And DB, I'm sure that we're going to enjoy that, and I'm sure we're going to get a ton of callers calling in with any opinions that they have. Very interesting recordings.
I can't wait to get it to be able to listen to them.
Yeah,
because
they'll be good.
I have a big interest in the sound side.
Yeah.
Which I was just talking to somebody in chat earlier today. He's got a new bit of software to clean up the recording. He says, when you go out recording in the woods, you get some noisy recordings. Depending on what you bring out there, that's how noisy it'll be. Even if you have the best equipment, though, it's still got some extra noise on it. So we need people who can clean those sound files up. And he was talking about how he got a new bit of software to do that with.
Good deal. That'd be interesting. Be something to try out. Let's see. We've got another. Phew, I tell you. We need some more callers, man. I know there's more people out there listening that was at this conference. That's what this show was about, was for you folks to call in and tell us about your experience and what you got out of this conference, and and of course if you have any complaints about the conference, it would be handy for Don to know for future conferences. So call in if you folks have got anything to say about it. 347-237-5070. Again, we are live here at Salt Fork State Park Lodge, live on location. And I just don't have anything if we don't get anybody calling in. I think we said just about all we can say.
Well, now. Did you have any? I don't even know what the subject of your talk was, so you could give a little of that for the people who aren't able to go.
I can do that. Basically what I did was I started out talking about our group, how it started, and got right into the beef of the material, which was the members that we have within our group, and how each and every one of the members in our group have, specific experience in their fields. For example, Tom was mentioned, how, Tom, of course, has got a lot of educational background in things like hydrogeology and MBA degree. So we got some folks that have some pretty good credentials in the group. Of course, we got Mr. D.B. Don there, and you're just one heck of a smart English teacher.
A smart ass, right? Is that what you're reaching for?
I wasn't reaching for that. You put words in my mouth.
Hey, we have a caller now.
See, they got bored of me, so now we're in good shape.
Well, maybe they want to ask you a question about what you're talking about. Let's check out.
All right.
Caller from the 617 area code, you're on the air.
Hello there. I just wanted to comment about Willard's presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first 35 or 40 minutes of Willard's presentation was about his kids and, what extracurricular activities they were in, and then he talked about his dog, and then he went into his family life, which was great. And then the second half of Willard's presentation was JC giving his account, his tearful account of his Squatch incident, and I have that actually on video.
Awesome.
So that's a synopsis of Willard's presentation.
DB, don't let him fool you. You know who that is.
It sounds like Bruce to me. Hey, but you know what? I heard that there was about 15 minutes where Billy stood there speechless and didn't say anything because he was lost in thought. Is that true?
Yeah, well, that's pretty common, actually. If you ever listen to the show, you know that's true.
No, it is not true. I'm going to take up for my my co-host here. He's never at a loss for words.
There you go. Got you back, Bruce. You thought you had something.
Yeah, you got me good.
All right. We're not going to. We ain't going to let him prove himself true, because we're going to keep on talking whether he likes it or not.
That's right. So thanks for calling, Bruce. And if you keep talking, you'll notice that you're not on the air anymore because I put you in. So we have 11 minutes, and we're going to get back to talking about what people talked about at the conference. Now, you were saying that Diane had a presentation about mistaken evidence, and that and I know this has happened to all of us when we first start out, looking for Bigfoot. You go out in the woods, and you really notice everything, and so you'll point out things. You go, oh, look at that. That looks funny. But after a little while of doing it, you start to develop this sense. And I saw I went on a couple of those BFRO expeditions, and I saw Matt Moneymaker, and this was his attitude. I think it was Stan Courtney came up and said, Matt, I think I found a footprint, and it was about a 2-mile walk away. And Matt just rolled his eyes and said, "Is he going to knock my socks off?" Stan had to say, well, I guess not. I guess it wouldn't knock your socks off. And Matt's attitude was, if it isn't going to knock my socks off, I don't want to see it. I'm not walking 2 miles to go see something that isn't going to knock my socks off. And if we all take that attitude about the evidence, if it doesn't knock your socks off, it really isn't going to be good evidence of anything. No one's going to look at it and say, oh yeah, you're right, that's Bigfoot stuff. It's really got to knock your socks off. And when you're talking about the wood stuff, the stuff made with wood, I've only seen a couple of them that really knocked my socks off. Some of them are the freestanding tripods that I know, Billy, you've seen some of those, even out in our local area. Yeah. Those are pretty interesting. I mean, those aren't going to fall naturally very often. I mean, it's got to be like a 1 in a 500 million chance or something like that. So that's interesting. The other one that's very interesting to me is a tree twist, not necessarily a tree, but a piece of wood that has been twisted around multiple times. I've got a picture of that up on Blog Squatcher. Of course, I can't remember the link for it, so I can't tell you how to look for it. But when you see that, and especially when it's a tree that's thick enough that a human being just couldn't have done it without using a tool, now that's interesting. That's something that knocks your socks off. But most of the stuff we find out in the woods doesn't really do that.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people assume when they see the pictures and they see pictures in our presentations, I think they kind of assume that we run across these things every time we go out in the woods, and that just isn't true. Right. Those are pictures that we've accumulated over, several years, and you just, if I was finding them all the time, then I would definitely be a little leery of them. Mm-hmm. But we're not. We're not finding them all the time. But it is interesting, as I've always stated, it is very interesting that we do seem to find, that type of stuff at different sighting locations. So it's definitely worth documenting it. Just put it in put it somewhere so that if you ever need to, if we ever find out that is indeed what we're dealing with, then we have the documentation there to say, yeah, hey, look at here, here's a similarity.
Yeah, I always think of it that way too. I mean, if you're investigating an area where someone has said, hey, I saw a Bigfoot here, and you find one of these things, to me that just means that area is a little bit more interesting than it might have been. It doesn't prove anything, but since those two things have been associated so often, it makes you say, maybe this is an interesting area. Hey, I think we have a new caller too. Is 419 a number we've seen before?
419.
That's still Indy, I think.
Oh, okay. Did he call back in, or? Oh, okay.
No, I think somebody hung up, and so that's the one that's on the bottom now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I guess I can. Basically, what I did, DB, with the rest of my presentation, was I did discuss some of the things that we've done, expeditions and stuff that we've been on. I talked about the couple of Nezra expeditions I was on and the things that happened to Tom L. up there in New York in the Adirondacks. Mm-hmm. We discussed the things that Tom and I experienced over in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. And then, of course, talked a little bit about the Catharpin, Virginia site that we've been researching, and shared everybody, the common things that we all get on our trail cameras. We set these things up, and what do we get? Deer, cat.
You got a really good picture of an owl.
Yeah, well, I showed them that too. The owl in the tree and the deer, and other humans walking around in the woods. The typical things. We just don't seem to get a picture of Bigfoot, which is what we're trying to get.
Right.
So, if anything is good for research, for us to test what works and what doesn't work. So, what else can you really say about that? We also discussed a little bit about tree twists and things like you were just discussing. And then, of course, we talked about some other future endeavors that we're in the planning stages of. With some of the couple of things that Tom's been working on with the hydrogen sulfide type studies and the infrasound recording devices that he's trying to get plans together to construct, which, from my understanding, is not a very cheap endeavor. So, there's a lot of things we're working on. And that was basically it. It was just, and that's what most people want to hear. They want to hear your experiences out in the field. They want to hear about your sighting reports that you're looking at and what you found out there, and they like to see pictures. Everyone likes to see pictures. And that's what I tried to put a lot of into the presentation. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed, Diane and Don's. I didn't get to see too much of Don's where we were seated. We really couldn't see the screen, but and then also I have to say this. John Cartwright got up and done one of the best. He got up and really told his sighting, his encounter that he had back when he was a teenager, and he had people glued. I saw people leaning forward that was just glued to him, listening to his experience. So he done a fine job. And I tell you what, DB,
yeah.
He had people coming up and asking for his autograph. And I was like, hey, I'm over here. So yeah, no, I think the conference was a great success, and Don's always.
That's going to go to his head, though. He's already the world's best Bigfoot hunter. What's he going to be now that people are asking for his autograph?
I don't know. We're going to have to watch out, man. He might try to take over or something. I don't know. Well, it looks like, we got about 3 minutes.
Well, let me have a look here at the official countdown timer. It says 2 minutes. So we have
okay.
Here. So we've already given a heads up on next week's show, right?
Yeah, we've given the heads up, but for anybody that didn't hear it, we're going to have Mike Hall from Texas. He'll be on the show, and we'll be playing a couple of audio clips that he sent us, and want people to be able to listen to them and call in and let us know what your opinions and theories and all that good stuff are on those audios. And it should be a good show. I think people love to hear those audio clips. I remember when we had Scott on from Ohio, I think a lot of people enjoyed listening to those clips. And it's always interactive. It's nice to hear stuff like that, and then people can discuss them. So DB, thank you so much for working the switchboard. It would have been pretty hard for me to do it from where I'm at.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem. It turned out to be all right.
All right, very good. And, of course, if you want to call me after the show, you've got my cell number, so you can reach me. And I guess we're about done with it. So thanks to everybody for calling in, and thanks for Bruce for eating all that extra pie so that I didn't gain any extra weight.
That was very thoughtful of him.
Yeah, I know. It was. It really was. It was very self-sacrificing.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, it's another great one in the books.
Yep. There we go. DB, thanks a lot. And I'll let you exit us out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch up with you next Monday night, 9 o'clock.
Yep. Good night.